Hi, I'm Tony, and this is Libby, and we're going to be doing a Pilates mat class today. The only props you'll need is a squishy ball and some hand weights. We're using 3 pounds. You can use anything from 1 to 5 if you're feeling really ambitious today. And if you don't have props, you can always continue the exercises without the props. This class will offer modifications, advancements, and it's also prenatal friendly. So if you're pregnant, you're welcome to do this workout. All right, we're going to get started in a mermaid position. So you're going to take your legs and just sweep them off to the side. Whatever side you want to do first is okay. Your knees could be stacked tighter or opened wider like this. And you're going to take your squishy ball near the side of your feet. Okay? And then we'll take a little side stretch. So just sliding the ball out as you reach over for our mermaid. Yeah, good. And then bringing it back in. So just start to activate through the core. Use your breath, right? I like to inhale as I'm going out and exhale as I'm coming up, but as long as you're keeping your breath flowing, good. Do a few more of those. And how often do we get to stretch the side body, right? So it's great exercise. Good. Let's do one more of those. Nice. And then you can sweep your legs the other way. So you can just make it. You don't have to make it fancy if you don't want to. Put the ball back on the other side. And then same thing, we're going to roll out, reach over, turn the chest up. Good. Keep your breath moving. Really extending over. Good. A few more of these. Last one. And bring that in. And then Libby, you can turn so you have the length of your mat. And we'll keep the weights down here by your feet just so you have them later. And then you can slowly lie down. We're going to go into our 100. So for the 100, let's take the ball and place it between the ankles. And then straighten the legs up. We're going to have an angle here. So one leg is going to roll up. And we're going to do 50 like this. You could do this without the ball if you don't have it. Let's hover the arms, lift the shoulders and head if that's okay for you, and you're going to start to pump the arms. If you're pregnant, you'll want to keep your head down. Good, that's 10. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale. Good, 20. You can always lower your legs a little more for extra. Good, 30. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale. 40. We're going to hold on 50. So hold. Switch the legs, and we'll start pumping again. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nice. That's 60. Keep squeezing the ball. Yeah. Good. 70. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale. 80. 2 more sets. Good. 90. Last set. And 100. Nice job, Libby. And rest for a second. Awesome. Okay, so next we're going to keep the ball actually a little bit more between the feet. So I'm going to roll it down a little bit more. And we'll actually flex the feet and have parallel feet for this. We're going to go into some roll-ups. Before we go into them, just make sure that you're not arching your back. If you tend to have a lot of space under your back, you want to tuck a little bit. Let's try to keep the legs together. Even though we're not in an outward rotation, we're still activating through the inner thighs, and that is going to be even more when we squeeze the ball, right? Let's reach the arms up to the ceiling. Inhale, tuck the chin, and exhale, rolling all the way up. Good. As you roll forward, reach all the way. Now, if you're pregnant, you're going to start from here instead, and then we'll roll back slowly. And if you're pregnant, you're going to go about halfway down, like right there, and you're just going to come back up. But if you're not, you can do the full range of motion. So going all the way down to the mat. If you get stuck and you can't get all the way up, it is better to just lift a little, if you want to show this, Libby, and just hold and really pull the abs back than it would be to swing up. You can come all the way up now with control. Good. And then reach forward and pull the belly back. Nice. And down, nice and slow. And that, again, that activation in the thighs with the ball there. Good. Inhale again. Exhale and rolling up. Good. Reach forward, never letting the arms collapse. Good. And then down slowly. Let's do 3 more like this, and we're going to do a fun add-on. I think it's fun anyway. I don't know if Libby will think it's fun, but we'll see. Good. 2 more. And reaching, good. Nice control. And then on this next one, we're all gonna end up meeting at the top. So coming up again, using the core. Good. Now roll back about halfway and just hold it there. You're gonna roll the right foot up so the ball is lifting a little, yes. Now take a twist toward the right leg, nice. Pull the belly in and let's take the arms up and down for 5. Good, 4, 3, you're gonna hold on 1, 2, hold it up and pulse the ball down, yeah. And nice, come back to center, you can lower the arms and you can lower the ball. And then come all the way up for a little break. Nice job. All right, arms back to shoulder height, roll down halfway. Other foot will roll the ball up, good. Twist the opposite way, and the arms will go up and down for 5. Nice. 4, 3, good. 2, hold the arms up and pulse the ball. Good. Keep pulsing, pull the belly in, and center. Lower the arms, roll the ball down, and roll all the way back down, unless you're pregnant and you're modifying. Good. We'll do 1 more roll up here. Inhale. Exhale, come up again. Good. We're going to stay centered, no twist this time, but go halfway down and hold. And just take the arms up and down again for 5. Good. 4, you got it. 3, 2. Now we're going to hold those arms up. Roll down a little bit more. If you're pregnant, you're just going to stay there. If you're not, a little bit more. And then as slow as you can, all the way down. Awesome job. Nice, you can relax your arms. We're gonna go into some leg circles. So taking the ball and putting it under your left heel. So I'm gonna roll it over for Libby here. So you're gonna be pushing down. If this is too intense, of course, just get rid of the ball and your left leg will just be on the mat. Right leg, bend the knee into the chest and then straighten it up. Your left foot you wanna flex a lot, right toes are pointed, and we're gonna do our leg circles. This is really about stabilizing, so pull the belly in and keep your hips grounded. Let's take the leg across the body, down and around, and then sweeping it back up. Good. And this is not about going too wide. You can stay within pretty much the frame of your mat. Good. You got it. And to get the inner thigh feeling, you really want to cross the thighs over. And again, keep your breath moving and keep pushing down into the ball so you really feel that other leg working. Do you feel that other leg working, Libby? All right. Good, 1 more. And then same leg, we're just gonna reverse the direction. So you can go out, down, around. Make sure you're getting that crossover at the bottom. So we're activating the inner thighs. Bit of an outward rotation in the leg, right? So knees and toes pointing a bit outward. Good. Let's do 4 more, keep pushing down. 3, 2, last one, and we'll just take a little stretch here. So bend your right leg into your chest. You can take the left foot off the ball and rest it down. Reach behind the right thigh and then straighten your leg up for a nice hamstring stretch. If you happen to have a ring or strap or band and you want to put it around your foot here, you can. We don't need it. If you have room, like I can see how Libby's bending her elbows, so she has a little room. She could probably walk her hands up a bit higher. Just don't ever pull right behind the knee crease. Good. And Libby, can you flex your foot? Yeah, good. More hamstring engagement that way. And then we're just going to do 1 more stretch on this leg here. So we'll come to, it's like a half happy baby if you know any yoga poses. We'll bend the knee in toward the shoulder and grab the bottom of your foot. Yeah. And then lift your foot, Libby, up toward the ceiling, right? So it's almost like you're squatting on the ceiling. Bend the knee deep and toward the shoulder. Yeah. And if this is not accessible for you, you can take your hand behind your thigh instead and just hold there. But it's a good hip opener, especially if you're pregnant, good one to do. Another way to modify would be to bend the left leg and plant the foot if you need a little bit more of a release, if your hips are really feeling tight today. All right, Libby, you can release that. And let's go to the other side with the circle. So the right leg now will be pushing down into the ball. You were a little lower on your foot. It doesn't really matter, but keep it even, whatever you did on the other side. And then bend the left knee in toward the chest, straighten up, and we'll do our leg circles. So taking it across the body, down and around and up. You got it. Yeah, nice crossover there. Pull the belly in. Good. We'll do 3 more of these. Good control, pushing down into the ball. You might find that one side is harder than the other, right? And on each leg, maybe one side is harder to stabilize, maybe one side is tighter in the hip, but it's good to bring awareness to these differences in our sides. Let's reverse that circle. We'll go the other way, down and around, cross over on the way up. Good. Let's do 2 more. Did you have a side that was harder?
Yes, the left side is definitely harder.
The left side's harder to circle?
Yes.
Okay. Interesting. And then let's bend that left knee in, take the right foot off the ball, and just stretch with your hands behind your thigh, straighten it up. Good. Yeah, flex that foot for a little bit more. Good. And if you're pregnant and you don't like to be laying flat on your back, that's fine. You can elevate by putting a little something under the lower back. So it doesn't have to be much. You can put a blanket, if you have like one of the knee pads or something to just give you a little bit of an elevation. Because the reason why pregnant women don't lie down on their back is because of the vena cava. And that only happens, first of all, if you're laying down your back for a really long time, and it only happens to a small percentage of women. But that little bit of lift in the lower back will prevent that, so keep that in mind. You can go to that happy baby stretch, so bend the knee, reach around for the foot, and the knee goes off toward the side. Good. Try to lift your foot up a little more toward the ceiling. You were a little more open, yeah. Nice. Do you feel a difference in this one? Yeah. So usually our hips are not even at all, and our hamstrings too. I mean, we tend to use more one side more than the other, right? We're human. We're going to get into some arms now, so you can go ahead and release that. I'm going to hand you, Libby has the luxury of me handing her the props, but if you're at home, you can just grab your weights. And then you can lie back down. And if you want to modify, you can bend the knees and just plant the feet. So go ahead, Libby, and show that. So this is your modified version. We're going to do an arm series here on your back, lying down. So this can be modified. If you want, you can add a ball between the knees for a little bit more. We're going to do a harder version with table-topped legs, so lifting up, and we're going to squeeze the ball between the ankles. Believe it or not, you'll get more inner thigh work in the ankles than you will in the knees. And Libby, anytime if you want to rest, of course you can. And then we're going to just work on some arms here. So extend the arms out, hovering them with the weights. Good. We're going to turn the palms in toward the body, and then just start to open the arms out and in. Yeah. And really activate through the core. If your knees end up going into your chest, you lose a lot of the core work. So this is really good. The knees could even go further out if you want more core engagement, but we're focusing on the arms. So put your energy into the arms. Think about utilizing the arms the whole time you're doing this, just as slow on the way out and the way in. We'll do a couple more here. Good. Are you starting to feel any inner thigh work happening? All right, good. Let's keep the arms in. We're going to bend the elbows. Try to hover them though so they don't touch down on the mat. And then we'll extend and bend. Your palms are forward. Good. And everything else is staying the same. So the core is in. You're not arching your back. You're engaging through the ball. Good. I think it's the best thing ever to be able to work out when you're lying down, right? Not that it's easy, but it's nice. We'll do 2 more like that, and then we're going to go into a chicken wing. So the arms stay hovering, and then slide up so your elbows come out, yeah, and then straighten back out. And really driving the elbows back, think about engaging through the shoulder blades, but never arching the back, right? Keeping that stomach in, tail slightly tucked. Good. And then keep the arms extended straight out. Good. And we're going to make circles. So lift up and big circles around. The bigger the circle, the more challenging. So you can always make it smaller, especially if you have any shoulder injuries. And again, anyone that's pregnant, you can elevate a little bit, or you can mimic all of the arms sitting as well. Good, and then let's circle the other way. How are those thighs feeling? She's starting to add up, right? We're going to just do one more arm move here. So reach the arms up, turn the palms in towards, yes, exactly. And then you're going to open the arms out and in like a hug, but you're lying on your back. It's a little bit of chest work. And we only ever do about 8 to 10 of anything because we're doing it with a lot of control, slow controlled movements, right? That's what makes it Pilates. Okay, let's just do 2 more. And then you can take a little break, so put your feet down and rest your arms for a second. We're going to do a couple combos where we start to add the legs into some of the arm movements. So we're going to keep the ball right there where it is, bend the knees back in. This time you can bend the knees all the way into the chest. Good. From here we're going to go back to that tricep position, so the elbows are hovering, palms forward. Good. Now from there, extend everything, arms and legs, extend out and down. Good. And then bend back in. Awesome. Living out and in. Now ways to modify, the legs can go up higher for a little bit less. You can also get rid of the ball. And if you want to make it harder, more core, you can lift your head and shoulders up. And let's find a little more outward rotation. Yeah, in the legs, good. Got it. Just do 2 more like that. Not easy. And resting down, good. Okay, so similar movement, the legs are going to still bend in and out, but instead of bending in straight, they're going to come to more of a frog position. So you can still keep the ball there. You can't frog as much with the ball there as you can without it, but you're still going to try. And then the arms are going to be doing a chicken wing. So I call it the frickin' because it's a chicken and a frog together, right? Frog legs, chicken arms. So go ahead and bend the knees in, but find that more of a frog position. So knees out, yeah, great. And squeeze the ball closer to the ankles, you got it. And then arms are in that chicken wing, yep. And now everything's gonna straighten, arms and legs, great. And then bend back in, you got it. And when you go out, you can add that little squeeze in of the ball. And the same modifications as the other one. Aim your legs up a little higher if you need to. Or you can keep your head down, and if you want extra, you can curl up. We're going to do 2 more of these. Last one. Let's hold it here for a second, and we're going to post the ball for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Rest down. Yeah, and Libby just lowered her legs, but that could be a little bit hard on your back, so you can always bend the knees in to release the back before you release the move. Let's do 1 more combo, and then we're going to be done with that. So bend the knees in. You can keep the ball there. Straighten the legs up, and then we'll straighten the arms up as well. Good. Now, both the arms and the legs are going to lower down. You don't have to go far. The arms can go all the way toward hover, but the legs don't have to go down too low, and then lift back up. So it takes a little bit of control to coordinate this, right? And really focusing on not going so low that your back arches. Only go as low as your back can maintain. Your core is still in, and also on the way up, very slow and controlled. No swinging up, no lifting your butt up. Libby's doing great. Let's do 3 more like that. Yeah, I see the shake happening a little bit. That's good. 3. Good. 2. And last one. Awesome. And we'll rest down. Great. Okay, I'll take your weights just to get them out of your way for right now. And let's extend the legs all the way out again. We're going to come up with a roll up. And if you're pregnant or if you want to modify, you can just sit up however you can get there. But if you'd like to do a transition, come up slowly. Awesome. All right, you're going to scoot your butt to the front of the mat. So scooting in. We're going to try rolling like a ball a couple different ways. So put the ball between your knees for the first one. Good. All right, so from there, you're going to grab around your shins, pull your belly in, and let's just practice rocking. Before you roll back, just practice a little rock back. Get your balance. Yeah, and just a tiny little rock. So when you go back, you should feel a point where your abs are almost like brakes. They pull in to stop you from rolling all the way back, right? That is the engagement we want to feel the whole time. Good. So now, if that's enough for you, and if you're pregnant, you're going to stay here. Also, if you're very pregnant, you might want to put your hands behind your thighs to modify and just practice the balance like that. And okay, Libby, so if you want to go back to the full roll, you can try that now. So you're only rolling to the shoulder blades, the base of the shoulder blades, right? Down, exhale to come up, good. So if you don't feel this in your core, that's how you know you're using momentum. It's not that you stop all of momentum, right? You ride the momentum from the way down without adding more. But if you do that right, you'll feel the core. Good, and then come up and hold for a second. You can rest your feet for a moment. Nice. You know, if you feel it, it's great. Okay, from here we're gonna take the ball and switch it to above your shins, right? So legs closer together. This is harder. So if that one was too hard already and you were working on that, stay with that level. If you want to try this one, the ball can come on the shins, and it makes you a little bit of a tighter ball, right? You're reaching around a little bit more. So try that one, Libby, and keep your chin tucked, and then you can try, again, rocking or rolling, and if you're modifying, you're staying with the hands behind the thighs. You don't even need to use the ball. Try to go back, good. And up, yeah. Sometimes you have to fight for them. Fight for your rolling like a ball. Good. One more. Nice. Did that feel harder for you?
Yep.
Yeah. So we're going to try one more way, and I want to say I think this one's harder, for me, this one's harder than the first one, but it's kind of even to the second one. So let's see how you guys feel. You're going to take the ball behind your thighs, yeah, and push down with the legs. You're activating a little more in the hamstrings, and then try again. Try the rock first for a moment, see if that feels a little different, and then try to roll back. What makes this one hard is you can't kick your feet. If you kick your feet out, you'll lose the ball, right? So it forces you to engage behind the legs and stay a little tight. So it is quite a challenge. Yeah, good job, Libby. It's hard, right? Yeah. Let's try one more. Awesome. And then you can come all the way up. Great job. All right, scoot yourself a little bit forward, or a little bit back, rather. And we're going to go into, I'm going to come around this side here. We're going to go into some hip circles. So scoot back even a little bit more. And let's take the ball between the ankles again. Good. Take your hands behind you. You can be on the hands or the forearms for this. Most people probably prefer the forearms. So see how you feel, but you could, also depends on your arm length, what you're more comfortable with. So bend the knees in to your chest. Good. And then lift the legs up. And we're going to take the legs to the right, down and around into a circle. Good. So if you want to modify, you can first of all make this a little smaller. You can keep going, Libby, same direction. Or you can modify by making it a smaller circle. That's what I had already said. And or bending the knees to release the hamstrings a little bit. Right? Or just holding it, right? Just holding this position could be difficult. Let's go the other way with the circles. Good. Not easy, right? The core engagement on the way up. It's a lot of quads and hips, but then there's a bit of a core engagement here. Good. And then come back to center. So yeah, if you're pregnant, you can literally hold this position, bend your knees just like that. Literally, this could be your movement here. You could practice squeezing the ball, or you could make a little bit of circles from the hips if you want, like this. Yeah, so totally can modify here. All right, from there, we're gonna take the ball and you're gonna you could stay on the forearms once you get back into it. You're gonna put the right foot on the ball, right? So this might feel a little easier than the last thing, but we're gonna build up to something else. So from there, take your left leg into the chest, bend your knee in, straighten it up. Now we're gonna lower and lift that leg down and up. You're gonna feel a lot in the core engagement and push down into the foot so you activate that leg as well. Good, let's do 3 more like that. 3, 2, and 1. Good, plant that foot down, rest for a second. So again, if you wanted to modify, you could do a bent knee or a smaller range of motion. We're gonna try an advanced version of this. If this was enough, you stick with what you were just doing right here. If you wanna try another level, let's try something else. You're gonna slide the ball out. The ball should really be not on your foot. It's too hard to get up if it's on your foot, so you want it to be more towards your calf. And then we're gonna try, Libby, to come up into our leg pull up. So you're gonna be on the hands for this one, right? So try to lift yourself up into this reverse plank position and then start to straighten out that other leg. We're just gonna do 3 lifts. It's really hard. 3, good. 2, and 1, and then lower back down. Yeah, and feel free to add a few more reps if you want, but that's, as you can see, it's very hard, right?
Yeah.
So let's go to the other side. So first we're just doing the one with the foot on, and you could be on your forearms for this. And then engage through the core. Make sure you don't dump into the shoulders, right? Shoulders down. Bend your right knee in, straighten it up, and then you're gonna go down and up, straight leg, down and up, unless you're modifying. Good. You got it. And even this is hard to feel your quads. And push down into that foot and feel it even more. Good. Let's do one more. And then we'll take a break, and you're either going to repeat that or we're going to try the harder version. So slide out, and then, yep, right by your calf. Flex that foot for stability on the hands this time. Lift into your reverse plank. Extend out, and we're going to lift up just 3 times up. 3. Good. 2. And 1, and resting down. Nice job. All right, so from there, just lie down on your back and just hug your knees into your chest for a little bit of a release, because we know that was a lot of work. And now we're gonna get into some of our side leg series. Not side leg series, I changed my mind. We're doing the series of 5. I wanna get into the core, give your legs a little bit of a break after that. So I'm going to set you up with the ball. We're going to put the ball in the hands for the first one. If you want to add weights to some of these, you can. I'll give you an option, but I'm not going to give them to Libby. I'm going to put them aside for now. But for our single leg stretch, take the knees into the chest, reach up with the ball. So your focus is going to be squeezing that ball in. If you're pregnant or you're modifying, your head can stay down. Otherwise, lift your head and the tips of the shoulders up. Good. Holding that ball, squeezing it. Extend one leg out, and we'll switch back and forth. So switch. Good. Nice controlled movement, and just if you are curling up, you're committing to curling up just to the shoulders, but enough that you're not straining in your neck, right? Good. We'll do 2 more sets. Last set. And then you can rest down for a moment. We're going to place the ball between the ankles for the next one. And a nice outward rotation. If you're modifying, your head's going to stay down, and you can just hover the arms if you're modifying and just do the leg version. Otherwise, knees into the chest, and your hands will come up by the shins. Actually, let me scoot down a little bit more so you don't hit the frame of the Cadillac here. Good. Hands by the shins. You can lift the head and shoulders up. And then on your inhale, extend everything out long. Good. Exhale, you can circle the arms back around. So Libby, for the sake of the room, just go up and down instead of circle. Yeah. Which is actually a variation I teach all from anyway. Good. Squeeze that ball in the outward rotation. Inhale and exhale. You got it. Let's hold this one out. Extend everything, hold, and we'll pulse the ball for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice, and rest. All right. We'll do a single straight leg, but we're going to do it a little bit differently. So I'm going to take this ball. Let's straighten both legs up to the ceiling. Good. From here, we're going to take the ball on the leg, and the hand is going to connect. Now we're going to end up, because we are going to be alternating legs, we're going to end up switching to the other leg, right? So go ahead, Libby, and lower your left leg down, and you can curl up, yes. And then when you come up and switch, the ball's going to go over to the other leg, and you're going to switch your hands, yes. And then down, and the opposite arm can hover, just like that. Perfect. Reach, yeah, and down. Maybe roll that ball up like you see Libby doing a little bit, yeah. And down, and that. We want to feel. If I were to come over and grab the ball from her, I shouldn't be able to. You want to feel that squeeze on both sides. Good. You got it. Let's do 2 more sets. Libby's dying over here. She's shaking. Good work. All right, 1 more. And 1 more on that other side. Nice. And then resting down. Awesome. Let's put the ball between the ankles for double straight. And again, you can keep your head down. If you're modifying or pregnant, it's probably a good one to bend the knees for a little bit of a release in the back. So go ahead and bend the knees into the chest, straighten up. Let's take hands behind the head if you are curling. lift up, pull the belly in, and we'll lower down and up. This is an example of one you can also grab weights if you wanted to hover the arms or reach the arms up with weights. Yeah, and you'll notice Libby's doing a really good job. If the ball is wobbling a little bit, that means you're squeezing more with one side, right? So you'll notice that if it's happening, try to squeeze evenly. That's good. Let's do one more. Good. And resting down. And we got one more ab one, Libby, so hang in there. Hang in there. We're going to do crisscross. You're not going to do crisscross if you're pregnant. Instead, you're going to repeat any one of the exercises that we just did and do that one again. But no, we don't want to twist or go across the belly if you're pregnant. And if you're modifying, you could also go back to one of the other exercises. But otherwise, we're going to do a nice ball connection here, isolating sides for a crisscross. So put the ball against the thigh. You got it. And we're going to cross over with the opposite hand, right? Exactly. And now, bend the knees, lift the feet up, and then the opposite leg will extend out and you can curl up. Yeah, so a bit of a setup. Once you're there, all you're going to do is bend the left leg in and out. And each time you straighten, you're curling up a pinch higher, squeezing and connecting that ball, getting that oblique work happening. Good. You got it. That's good. Let's do 3 more after that one. 3, 2, last one. Nice. And then resting, and we'll do the other side. So connecting to the opposite side, so it's opposite hand to thigh, right, with the ball. Then the feet come up, and as you extend the opposite leg out, you reach up and squeeze. Yeah, and you're rolling up a little bit, trying to go too wild with it or too much because you'll lose the ball, right? So just very controlled movement. You got it, and the opposite arm is hovering. Good. Let's do 4 more. 4, 3, good, 2, and 1, and resting down. Nice. You can go ahead and put that ball between your knees. We're going to do some pelvic lifts next. So a little break from the core work. So feet are going to be parallel, but let's come on to the tippy toes. If that's too intense, just keep your heels down. And then we'll lift the butt up and down. It's not about getting up too high, right? Like if we were doing yoga, we were trying to get into this nice shoulder bridge. It's not a shoulder bridge, right? It's a pelvic tilt and lift. So pulling the belly in, tucking the tail. And every time you lift, a little bit of engagement into that ball. And if you have no prop, you can still squeeze inward. Good. Let's do 3 more like that. Good. 2. And on this next one, hold it up and pulse the hips up first for 8, 7, good. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold that up, pulse the ball in. 8, 7, good. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Rest down. I'll take the ball away for now. The next one, we're not going to use any props. We're just going to go 2 wide feet. So let the feet go as wide as your mat. Your heels are still pretty close to your butt. And then we'll lift the heels up again, so we're on our tippy toes, unless, again, you want to keep the heels down as a modification. And then we'll lift up and down again. So when your legs are wider, there's a tendency to want to lift a lot more. This gives you more room. You still don't have to lift too high, but keep the knees out, right? We're getting the hip work, and we're getting that tuck under, pull the belly back. Good. Lift and lower. You got it. Lift and lower. And just a little side note for bridges like this. If you wanted to work more of your hamstrings behind the legs, the feet can go out a little bit further away from you. If you want to work more of your glutes, which is what I cued, your feet are a little bit closer to you. Good. And then lift up and let's hold on this one. And you're going to pulse up for 8. Good. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Hold that up and just pulse the knees outward for 8. Good. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Rest down. Nice. Take a little break. We're going to do my favorite pelvic lift work here. So you're going to put your right foot on the ball. Again, if this is too hard or you don't have a prop, your foot can just stay down, and that is completely fine. Just keeping that foot on the ball and the other foot planted down, we're just going to come into parallel feet, and we're just going to come into a pelvic lift again, lifting up and down. Good. So just creating that little bit of instability, giving ourselves a little more work that way. Good. One more. Good. And now on this next one, hold it up. Hold it up. You're going to roll the ball out. Try to keep your hips stable. Don't let them lower. And then pull the ball back in. Good. Out. Keeping the same level of the hips is really hard. Pull the stomach back. Yeah, keep going. Out. Nice control. You can't go too fast or you'll lose the ball. We got 5 more. 5. Good. 4. Good. Yeah, sometimes you have to adjust the ball if you're losing it a little bit. 3, 2, keep your hips up. You lost just a little bit, but that's great, Libby. And then rest down. Nice. Those are hard. And we'll switch sides. So over to the other side. Good. Same thing without the rolling out the ball yet, just lifting up and down. So just lift and lower. Good. Lift and lower. And again, you might not be equal in size, so taking a little bit of an assessment. Okay. Good. 4 more like that. 4, 3, 2, and 1. And now on the next one, lift up, and then we'll roll it out. Good. And again, just try to keep those hips up. It's really hard after a few. Your body just wants to release it so bad, you start lowering down. But yeah, if you feel like the ball's slipping, just adjust it, keep going. We're gonna try to get to 8 of these. We have 4 more here. Good, 4. So Libby, you're going a little bit out to the side when you're rolling, which is why you're losing the ball. Yeah, so try, it's funny because that didn't happen on the other side. So maybe there's a tendency to open the hip on that side. Everybody's bodies are different. Let's do 2 more. 2. Last one. Nice, and releasing. All right, let's throw a stretch in here. So take your right ankle over to your left knee and just stretch that out. This is the ultimate stretch. You should do it every day. Yeah, you can reach beyond the thigh like Libby's done. If that's too much, you would just keep your foot planted down. But the idea here is that top knee is moving away from you while the bottom knee is moving in toward you, and your top foot is very flexed so that you're protecting the knee. And see how her ankle is right by her knee. You don't want it to slide up toward the thigh. That would be totally different feeling. We want to keep it in the glutes. And then go ahead and swap your legs out. Good. You got it. Then of course here too, you'll see if you're tighter on one side. This side looks a little tighter to me for Libby. And enjoy that stretch because now we're going to do some more in the glutes. We're going to do some side leg work. So Libby, you can come up and whatever side you want to start on is fine. Just roll onto your side. And for you at home too, whatever side you want to start on. But to set up your side leg series here, you're going to be down so your head will be in your hand, or if your wrist or shoulder bothers you, your arm can extend with your head down. The feet are angled a little bit forward. Good. Now we're going to add the ball for fun. If you don't want to add it, you don't have to, but we're just going to go under the bottom foot here, creating a little bit of instability. Now the challenge in most of these exercises is keeping your hips stacked, right? It's very easy to drop back. That ball is going to make that even harder, so really working hard to keep yourself stacked. I'm going to scoot to this side so I give you some room. Let's lift that top leg up just about shoulder height, and we're going to go front to back. So point forward, flex, back. So especially the way back, it's super easy to lean your body forward, and it's going to happen a little, but try as much as you can to fight that. Good. And that ball adds a little bit more work for you. Good. Back to front. We're going to do one more after that set. So last one, forward and back. And then come back to center and we'll do up, down. So point, lift the leg up high, flex to lower down. Now again, when you lift, it's really easy to drop that top hip open. So keep trying to stack the hip. It all has to open a little bit, but trying not to just drop back. All right. Point and lift. Good. Flex and press. Point and lift. Flex and press. Good. Point, lift, flex and press. Let's do 2 more of those. Good. And then we'll do small circles. So lift the top leg just about shoulder height, not too high. And we'll make circles about the size of a dinner plate or about the size of the squishy ball. Right? Just small controlled movement. The glutes are really starting to feel this. And then we'll go the other way with those circles. And we'll release that down. Nice. We're going to take the ball and put it between the ankles now. And then now, since we're using both legs together, you're going to take the legs back a little bit more so you're more or less in a straight line. And then go ahead and lift both legs up. Try to squeeze the ball and then lower it back down. Good. And keep going. Everyone's degree of like their lateral flexion in their body and how high they can lift is very different. So just know that some people can barely get up, some people can lift high. All depends, right? But either way, we're working hard. We're getting some back work, side work, inner thighs. Good. Let's do 2 more like that. Now hold it up. And we're going to do like a little mini side leg scissors, right? So roll the ball and then roll it the other way. Yeah, good. Roll and roll. You got it. Roll and roll. I know it's so hard to not lose it, and it's okay if you do. Let's just do 2 more. 2 and 1. Ooh, good adjustment there. And then lower back down. Awesome. All right, great job. Let's just add 1 more inner thigh one. So step your top leg over. So you can either step your foot like this and hold onto it, or you can let the knee drop all the way down if you want to show that version. Either one is okay, whatever you're more comfortable with. But this leg, we want it to go back pretty far. If it's not back, you lose a lot of the inner thigh work there. And just because we're using the ball, I'm going to give this to Libby to push down into with her arm. So that just, again, creates a little bit more work in the core and in the arm. So from there, lift your bottom leg up and down. Good. Let's flex the foot. Yeah. And again, as you're lifting, notice if the leg starts to come forward, we want to keep it back the whole time. Good. Lift and lower. And push down into the ball. Lift and lower. Good. 3 and 2. Now hold this one up and we're going to pulse it for 8, 7, 6. Good. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And lower it down. Awesome. I'll take the ball. You can just lie down on your stomach, so just roll over. And we'll just take a little bit of this back stretch. So legs together, you can come onto the forearms, so elbows underneath the shoulders. This is going to give you a nice little Sphinx pose here. Lift the chest up. If you want and you have a deep back bend, you can come onto the hands for an upward dog, but you do not have to do that. Any lifting of your chest here, we're getting into the spinal extension, is going to feel good. And notice how Libby's form is good, her shoulders are down, it's very easy to crunch, so we're just getting a nice little stretch. And now at home you can just roll onto the other side, but Libby's going to turn around so you can see her as we do the other side. We'll get that ball back underneath the bottom leg. And again, you don't ever want to be up on your forearm during this. You want to lower down so that you have a nice long line with your spine and your neck. Good. And then keeping everything stacked. Yep. You're going to lift and go front and back. Back on that side. Good. Point forward, flex back. Really try to control, especially the way back, the torso wants to tip forward, right? So control it, pull your belly in. Good. Last one like that, and we'll bring it to center, and you're going to go up, down. So point to lift high, flex to lower down slowly. Good. Point and lift, flex and press. Good. Point, lift, flex, press, point, lift, flex, press. Good. Let's do 2 more like that. Last one. And then we'll do our small circle. So lifting up just about shoulder height. And the circles are, again, about the size of the ball or dinner plate size, not big. Controlling the movement, circling from your hip, right? Not your knee or your ankle, because that is a common mistake. Good. And then we'll go the other way. And last circle. Good. And resting down. Awesome. Okay, we'll do the ball between the ankles now, right? So squeeze. Take your legs back to more of a straight line. And you're going to lift up both legs and down. And again, just controlling the movement. Try not to drop back at all. Keep the hips stacked. Squeeze the ball. Good. Got it. Lift and lower. Good. Lift and lower. Let's do 3 more like that. And 2. And then we'll try to hold, and we'll do that little rolling scissors, right? It takes a lot of control. Don't go too quick. It doesn't have to be a huge movement. Good. Good. And keeping the hips stacked, belly in. Let's do 3 more rolls. 3, 2. Keep lifting those legs up. Last one. Good job. And lower that down. Awesome. We'll do that inner thigh one. So the top knee or foot comes over. You're going to push into the ball. Now, of course, if you have your foot and you're holding onto your foot, you're not going to push down into the ball. So that's an option here. Take this leg back, flex, and then lift up and down. Good. Lift and lower. Yeah. And again, the more back you go, the more you're going to feel the inner thigh. It makes such a difference. Good. Let's do 3 more of those. 3 and 2 and 1. Let's hold it up again and pulse. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Release. I'll take the ball for a second. And then you can come into a child's pose. So you can come onto your belly and then push back. Take your butt back towards your heels. If you're pregnant or you want to modify, you can do just wide knees here. Really widen these toes together and the knees go out. Yeah. Awesome. And I'm not quite done with the leg work yet. So we're going to do some legs from tabletop position. So that you can come onto your hands and knees for a table position. If you want to be on the forearms for this, you can totally do this whole thing on the forearms. So if you have any wrist problems or shoulder and you would rather be down low, that's perfectly fine. We're going to take the ball and put it behind the right knee. You're going to squeeze that ball. Go ahead and lift your knee up. We flex the foot a lot. We're going to lift like a donkey kick up and down. When you come down, don't release completely. So just release maybe halfway and then back up. Good. Yeah. We're trying to square the hips off for this. Really flexing the foot because that's going to help you engage the ball. Squeeze the ball. Again, if I tried to take this from Libby, I shouldn't be able to, right? Just really compact, squeezing that in. Let's do 3 more. 3, 2, and then hold this up. You're going to pulse your leg up first for 8, 7, good. 6, 5, 4, 3. Hold it here. Pulse the ball in. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And release down. Nice. All right, we're going to switch to the other side. So go ahead and switch it over. Good. And same side here. Lifting that knee up. Use your core, right? And flex the foot. And then lift and lower. Good. Keeping that foot flexed. And really focusing on pulling your belly in here. It's really important. Shoulders are down. They're not crunching. Let's do 3 more like that. 2. And then hold that up. Again, pulse the leg up first for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold that up. Pulse the ball in. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And release. Nice. All right, so I wanted to do something to add a little bit of hamstring work, which I'm sure Libby will tell you she just felt in that one. And we're just going to do one more variation here. So you're going to go back to the right side. Good. And then lift that leg up again. And instead of lifting backwards, you're going to open out like a fire hydrant. And then bring that knee back in toward the other knee. Yes, exactly. So you're just going to lift and lower. You got it. Lift and lower. Good. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. We got 4 more. 4 and 3. Good. 2. And hold that up. Now pulse your leg up toward the ceiling for 8. Yeah, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Hold that up. Pulse the ball. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good, release. We'll swap it over to the other side. Same thing, get it in there, squeeze. And then open out like the fire hydrant and pull it back in. Good. Really, your hips open here, but you're still trying to keep your shoulders square and your stomach in. Good. 4, 3, good. 2, hold that up, pulse the leg up first for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, hold that up, pulse the ball, 8, 7, 6, good, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, good. And then last challenge here, so I know I said last one before, but I didn't mean it. Let's put the right hand on the ball. No, last one with the ball behind the knee, which was that one. Now we're going to lift the leg up. You're going to make circles with the leg bent. So that same fire hydrant position, and then circle from the hip. Yeah, we're just going to do 5 each way because this is challenging. Push down into the ball. Good. Yeah, and then go the other way. Really try to get as open as you can. The bigger the circle, the more you're going to feel it. Good. And one more. Yeah, you're shaking. That's awesome. Go ahead, roll the ball up to the other hand. And then we're going to lift up. So whatever hand the ball is, that's the leg that's going to lift. And then big circles for 5. Good. 4, 3, 2, 1. And then the other way. Good. 2 more. 2. And 1. And release. Nice. And you can press back for a child's pose again. Again, wide knees if you need to here. Good. Alright. From here, come up onto your knees, so you're standing on the knees. And we'll take the ball, you can squeeze it between your knees, your thighs here. If you're pregnant, you're probably not going to use the ball for this unless you're really early on, just because you're going to need a little more space for your belly. So in that case, you'd want to keep your knees a bit wider. You can keep them in an outward rotation. So let's just reach the arms straight out. And you're going to take your butt back down to your heels like you're sitting. You're going to sit down on your heels. Yep, and then you're going to lift back up. Yeah, we'll do that a few times. So again, you can do this with wide knees. If anyone has knee issues, maybe skip this one. You'll know if it bothers your knee, don't do it. Right? It's actually good for strengthening the knee, but there's a thin line if you're working through a knee injury. Good. Lift up. It's a lot of core control. Tucking under. Good. Down. Up. Let's do 3 more like that. 3. 2. And on this last one, you'll stay up. And I'm going to give Libby the weights. Again, if you don't want to use weights, you can just do the arms without the weights. And if you are pregnant and you want to add the ball back in, now you can because you don't need the wide knees. So here are your weights. We're going to take the arms to a hug position. So bring it around. Good. And now you're going to lean back from the knees. So just lean back. Good. And then come back up slowly. Keep going. Everyone's degree here, too, of which they can lean back is different. This is an amazing strengthener for the knees and the quads. But if it's too intense, you can just stay upright and hold the arms. That's also challenging, and you can focus on squeezing the ball. Good. Let's do 3 more like that. 3. And 2. Good. You're going to hold. Stay back. Just stay back and hold. And if you're modifying, you're going to do this upright. We'll open the arms out and in. Good. Out and in. You got it. Out and in. Let's do 3 more like that. 3, 2, and then we'll hold the hug in front of you. We're going to lower the hug down toward the belly and then lift up to shoulder height. Down. So this is a lot of deltoids and shoulder work. If it's too intense, you can also just lower your range of motion. Don't lift up so high. Good? Got it? Keep your hands a little further out. Maybe just a little bit more out. Yeah. 3. Good. 2 and 1. Good. Come all the way up. That's hard. Killer in the quads, okay? So we're going to do the same pattern, but to each side adding a little bit of a twist. If you're pregnant, you're going to repeat the straightforward set because this way there's no twisting going on. All right, so same thing. And again, also to modify, you can stay up, do the arms without the lean back. So let's come back to our hug position. Lean back first, then twist to your right. Good. And we're going to open the arms out and in. Good. Out. In 6, good, 5, 4, 3, awesome. 2, we're gonna try to stay back. I know it's hard, and the arms are gonna go down and up. For 8, again, lessen your range of motion if you need to. 6, good. 5, I know, Olivia, I'm torturing you today. This is a real challenge, and again, you can do it without glutes. And resting, good, back to center. Let the legs come up. We have one more side, and then we're done with that. So you got this. Let's come back up. So we'll come back to that hug position. Good, lean back first, twist the opposite way, and we'll do our hug, arms out and in for 8. Good. 7, 6, 5, 4, you got it. 3, 2, and 1. So our last 8, down and up, lift and lower, good. 6, 5, 4, good. 3, 2, and 1, and rest. Nice job. You can take the weights away. All right, we're gonna do a couple of teasers here. There's lots of ways to modify. So Libby, come to sit up on your butt first. And if you're pregnant, you can just practice like we were doing with rolling like a ball on a balance. So just basically bend your knees in, take your hands behind your thighs, and lean back till you're bouncing on your butt. You can practice this. You can start to lift the legs up, and if you want to try one arm or both arms out, you can practice that. So that will be where you'll be if you're modifying or if you're pregnant. We'll try the full teaser. So you're going to put the ball here, squeezing between the ankles again. Again, you can put the ball down if you don't want to use it. You can lie down on your back. And just like the roll-ups, if you can't get all the way up, you're just going to hold wherever you are. That is way better than trying to swing up. But we'll do the full version here. So take the knees into the chest, straighten the legs up in a nice outward rotation, lower the legs down, arms reach up, palms facing the legs. Inhale, tuck the chin, and exhale, roll up as the legs have to lower so you can get up to your butt. Yeah, good. Reach your fingertips more up towards your toes. Yes, beautiful. And then, keeping the legs where they are, lower the torso down really, really slowly. You got it. Nice. And then bend the knees in for a release. We're just going to do 2 more. And once again, just hold it if you're not able to come all the way up. Lift the legs up, arms up, palms face the legs. Legs start to lower down, and then on an exhale, you can come up. Good. Yeah, beautiful. Keep those legs where they are and lower down slowly with the torso. Good. And then again, one more. Legs up, lower them, arms up, and then rolling up. Awesome. And back down slowly. Nice. And then release. I'm going to take the ball from you. Extend your legs all the way out long on the mat. And we're going to come up for a roll up. If you're modifying or pregnant, just sit up however you can get there. Arms up. The roll-up's always so much harder in the end, and then come all the way up. Good. Let's take the legs open about as wide as the mat, so not too wide. And I'm going to give you the weights. Again, you don't have to use them if you don't want to. And we'll do a spine stretch forward here. So just reach the arms straight out in front of you. Good. Really tall back. Inhale. On the exhale, pull the belly back and reach with the arms. So try not to lean back or forward. Let's just focus on the spine and the core. Inhale, back up to a tall back. Good. Exhale, and the arms are working. Pull back. Holding those weights is hard. Good. And then come up. You got it. And again, pull back. Awesome. And come up. Let's do 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. Good. Nice. Good engagement. And last one. Inhale. Exhale all the air out. Good. And come back up. Let's open arms out to a T. We're going to come to our saw here, so the feet are really super flexed. When you twist, keep your butt grounded down. Twist toward me, Libby. Lean forward, reach that hand beyond. And let's do a little bit of a pulse for 3. As you're pulsing, pull the belly back. Good. Come back up to center and don't come weak. We're going to do 3 arm circles. 3, 2, 1. Good. Twist the other way. Lean, reach, pulse. Keep your butt down, feet flexed. Good. And center, come up, circle. 3, 2, 1. Come this way again. Really reach. That back palm turns up. Good. And center. 3, 2, 1. Other side. Good. You got it. We got one more set and then we're done. I promise. Center. 3, 2, 1, good, twist right, reach, pulse 3, pull the belly back, 2, 1, come center, 3, 2, 1, other side, 3, 2, and we're gonna end on the circle, center, 3, 2, 1, and resting, nice. Fold one of your legs in and just take your foot against your inner thigh and let the other knee drop off, good. And you're gonna fold over your extended leg. As you're folding over your extended leg, think about your opposite shoulder moving toward the knee, so that gives you a little bit more squaring over the leg. Flex the foot a lot. You still want to use the ball. Look, you're using it now. And then come on up, and we'll switch the legs out. Fold over again, opposite shoulder toward the knee, flex the foot. Lift your chest up a little bit as you're leaning into this stretch so we get more in the hamstrings. Good. And then come back up and we'll just finish with one more stretch. Soles of the feet together and heels in nice and close to you. Get really tall. Think about pushing the pinky edges of your feet together. That's going to activate the inner thighs. And then tall back, lean into it. Chest leaning. Your butt's actually sticking out. All this time we talk about tucking, right? But to get a good stretch in the hips, stick your butt out a little bit. Yeah. Looks good. Great job. That was a tough class. Good job, Libby. Thanks for watching, and we hope to see you again.
Thank you.